Mr. Speaker, I am grateful for the opportunity to make a statement on the long-standing and cordial relationship between the Republic of Ghana and the Republic of Cuba. Mr. Speaker, the friendship between our two nations is rooted in a shared history of solidarity, mutual respect, and a common commitment to social justice, development, and international cooperation. Mr. Speaker, the establishment of diplomatic relations between Ghana and Cuba has been since 1959, and the two have maintained strong partnership that has stood the test of time. The relationship was inspired by the vision and leadership of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and Cuba's leader, Fidel Castro, that has remained one of the most enduring examples of South-South cooperation. Mr. Speaker, there are notable similarities in our governance system, especially in dealing with corruption, economic hardship, social inequality, the perceived failure of leadership to address the needs of ordinary citizens, accountability, national dignity, and the empowerment of the masses. Both countries reflect the aspirations of ordinary people for a more equitable and just society, and continue to influence the political history and national consciousness of their respective countries. Mr. Speaker, one of the most significant pillars of the Ghana-Cuba relations has been cooperation in the health sector. Over the years, Cuban medical professionals have contributed immensely to healthcare delivery in Ghana, particularly in underserved and rural communities. At the same time, many Ghanaian students have benefited from scholarships and professional training opportunities in Cuba, returning home with skills and expertise that continue to strengthen our national developmental efforts. And this can be traced as most of our excellent doctors are serving at various health facilities and have even established their own private health facilities. Mr. Speaker, the relationship between Ghana and Cuba extends beyond healthcare. Our two countries have collaborated in exchange of developmental programs such as education, agriculture, science, culture, sports, and human resource development. These exchanges have deepened the bonds between our people and demonstrated the value of international partnership built on mutual benefit rather than narrow interest. Mr. Speaker, at this time when the global community is confronted with challenges such as climate change, food insecurity, public health emergencies, and economic uncertainty, it is important that Ghana and Cuba continue to strengthen their cooperation. There remains enormous potential for collaboration in biotechnology, pharmaceutical production, agricultural innovation, renewable energy, and technical education that will continue to enhance the growth of our two countries and beyond. Mr. Speaker, as representatives of the people, we must continue to support initiatives that enhance diplomatic engagement and promote economic and cultural exchanges between our countries. It was in this perspective that the late former Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings continued with the legacy of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. A stronger Ghana-Cuba partnership will not only benefit our respective nations, but will also contribute to broader efforts towards sustainable development and international solidarity. Mr. Speaker, I wish to acknowledge and commend the government and people of Cuba for the friendship and support to Ghana over the years. I also commend successive governments of Ghana for preserving and strengthening this important bilateral relationship. It is therefore my sincere hope that the ties between our two nations will continue to grow from strength to strength in the years ahead. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the members of the Ghana-Cuba Friendship Association of Parliament and Ghana at large, I reaffirm our commitment to the values of our friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect that have defined Ghana-Cuba relations for more than 6 decades. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Hajia. Honourable members, I'm taking one commentary from each side. Yes, Dr. Ayaba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I rise to contribute to the statement ably made by my senior colleague and grandmother, Hajia. On the Ghana.
Honorable
Cuba,
Emmanuel Bejura, why?
Mr. Speaker, I'm really surprised that at my colleague, the honorable member, who just called the honorable member for Pusiga as grandmother. This young lady is being referred to as grandmother. Mr. Speaker, call him to order. He can't call this young lady as grandmother. Are you a grandmother?
Dr. Ayaba, you are called to order.
Mr. Speaker, there's no order here. He's calling me his grandmother. Doesn't mean I'm old enough to be his grandmother. But that is the relationship between me and him that he is using. And there is nothing wrong with that. And I would have been very proud if he had been my grandson. So I'm okay with it.
Doc, let's hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my senior colleagues for making my grandma very proud of me. Mr. Speaker, I ought to rise to support this statement because standing here, I'm a product of what was initiated before I was born. Kwame Nkrumah started a relationship with Cuba as part of the South-South collaboration or cooperation. And this was actually strengthened by the late former president, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, in the 80s. Jerry John Rawlings saw the need to develop the human capital of this country because that is the real tool to use to develop any state. As a result, a Ghana-Cuba educational cooperation, culture and educational cooperation started, and thousands of us, if you permit me, were sent to Cuba at very tender age to go and study freely in Cuba. What we see today as junior high school in Ghana is a photocopy of what we have in Cuba. The difference is that every school there has dormitories, has beds for everybody, food is free, teaching is free, books are free, recreational activities were free, even though the Cubans were under severe economic sanctions by the United States. They did all they could to ensure that all foreign students, including Ghanaians, receive equal education to their students. We studied in the same schools with them. I was even a university senior prophet in Cuba. And I went to all the international competitions in Cuba in maths, in physics, biology, and the rest, and we competed with them and won awards with them. This shows how countries should deal with each other. So I want to stand here and eulogize our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings for ensuring that the collaboration between Ghana and Cuba saw to it that young, deprived Ghanaians were sent to Cuba to tap into the knowledge of the Cuban educational system. Today, as I speak, We have several Cuban trains in Ghana. We have our association that are holding very vital positions in this country. I may be the least among them. This shows what we call good South-South cooperation. So I'll also use this opportunity to call on international forces to stand behind the Cuban people, to defend their sovereignty, and live the life and run the governance system they think is good for them.
Dr. Amba, address me, please.
Mr. Speaker, if Ghana-Cuban collaboration hadn't existed, there would have been a time in Ghana people would have been dying carelessly. I remember in the 1990s when I came home for vacations, there was no single doctor in the northern sector except Cubans. This is why we should eulogize and commend the Cubans for the relationship they have established with Ghana that has brought, at least mitigated the suffering of Ghanaians in the health sector, in the educational sector, in the agri sector, and in the rest. So at this juncture, Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for the opportunity and thank the maker of the statement, and long live Ghana-Cuban relationship.
Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, my brother, if you are desirous to speak, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. First of all, I want to commend the honorable member for Pusiga for this able and timely statement. Mr. Speaker, the relationship that exists between Ghana and Cuba is one of the perfect examples of South-South cooperation. Usually, this is geared towards knowledge, skills, and resource sharing. One of the benefits of this particular kind of relationship is basically peer learning. Both developing countries at our stages of development faces the same level of problems. So we are able to test solutions across countries and to lesson draw and lesson borrow solutions to be able to move forward. Another benefit of such cooperation and relationship is the fact that it comes with mutual respect. Unlike the kind of relationship that exists between the global North and global South, where the North always think that they are superior in terms of knowledge transfer, in terms of GDP growth, and look down upon developing countries. This doesn't happen in a relationship of this kind. So if you look at the relationship between Ghana and Cuba, it is born out of mutual respect in terms of marshalling resources, the very resources that we have to solve the problems that we face as a country. Last but not the least, it affords us the opportunity to solve collective problems and to marshal one voice at the global level to be able to deal with challenges that face global South economies. So I would like to, in conclusion, thank the Honorable Member of Parliament for Pusiga for making this very important statement, and long live the relationship between Cuba and then Ghana. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Professor Seidu. Hajia, you want to speak again?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, just 1 minute.
Okay. You are timing yourself 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to add to this very inspiring statement from my Honorable Senior, Honorable Hajia, the MP for Pusiga. Mr. Speaker, contributors have indicated the benefits of the South-South cooperation as against the North-South and what we saw. And I just want to share this anecdote. Mr. Speaker, on Tuesday, Ghana played England at the World Cup finals, and we drew. It didn't matter how much effort England put into scoring Ghana, but we drew. And we celebrated. And as we celebrated, someone asked me, but you didn't win, why are you celebrating? I said, oh, we just confirmed our independence. We were protecting our independence. Mr. Speaker, that's the relationship, the North-South relationship, vis-a-vis the South-South relationship, which brings mutual benefit. For some of us, growing up as little girls, the first set of doctors that we saw
Thank you. Of course, you timed yourself. You said 1 minute, and the time gave you 3 minutes, so it's okay. So, honorable members, leadership, you want to say something? Very well. So, honorable members, we bring statement time to a close. We thank the makers of statement and all the contributors. We will now revert to leadership for any indication.
Mr. Speaker, being the available leader for today, I think we have done enough as stated in our order paper, and I want to move that we adjourn sitting today to Tuesday, 12 o'clock or 12 noon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable
Speaker, I was hoping that the available leader would consult. You should understand that when you sit in the front, one of the things you need to know is to consult. In this 24-hour economy period, where 133 has become 111, we would have thought that they will come to this house as a serious majority. Speaker, they always come with no business. And you're asking us to adjourn. Well, I would take the opportunity to go back to my constituency and go and visit my flood victims. So we would indulge you. Speaker would indulge them. So we have no opposition to their prayer.
Honorable members, the motion for adjournment has been moved and same has been seconded. The question is, as many as are in favor of the motion for adjournment, say aye. Aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, it's obvious the ayes have it. The motion for adjournment is carried. And now the House is accordingly adjourned to Tuesday, the 7th of July, 2026 at 12 noon. 12 noon. The House stands adjourned.